Today is August 28th. Today's quote is entitled, "Krsna is standing behind the curtain." Krishna is not to be found behind the curtain of sense gratification. He is to be found behind the curtain of austerity, dedication, and pure desire to serve. So I was doing a lot of austerity recently, and I was getting a lot of realization. I was feeling very happy in my Krishna consciousness. And I was also getting a lot of nice facility for potential sense gratification. Not really sense gratification, but we could say material comfort. So I was experiencing that the real happiness, the real bliss, and the deeper realizations come from the austerity, not from the comfort. Comfort is nice, body likes to feel nice. But when we undergo some austerity, some difficulty for Krishna's service, we feel so much different. And Krishna starts to reveal himself. And Krishna, I've found in my life, Krishna is very pleased to fulfill our spiritual desires when we're willing to do austerity. So one of the things I would like to communicate with this quote is to try to look at austerity as something positive, not something negative. Like there's a video on YouTube, a funny video about Ekadasi, and it shows the devotees going crazy because it's Ekadasi and, meditating on grains, dreaming about grains, going in and trying to steal prasadam that's made from grains. But austerity is actually something very beautiful. It's said austerity is the wealth of the Brahmins. So if we kind of readapt the concept of austerity to something as wealth, something that nurtures us, something that vitalizes us, something that is to be, in a sense, enjoyed, although that sounds strange, but enjoyed in the sense because austerity reveals the higher enjoyment in Krishna consciousness. Now, austerity for you may be different than austerity for me. Austerity means we're making some sacrifice for the service of Krishna. We're undergoing some personal inconvenience. It could be physical, it could be mental. It could even be sometimes compromising our sadhana, not that we should, but sometimes we have to make that sacrifice. That's an austerity, something we don't enjoy doing, but sometimes necessary on occasion. Any austerity that we do is purifying. And so if we reframe the word austerity in a positive way, so that when we think of austerity, we think of something that's desirable, something that is nourishing, something that's so valuable and something we would want to do and embrace, then it becomes much easier to do austerity. And in fact, when you're doing it, you don't even think it's austere. You just think, what I'm doing is purifying, and I need to be purified. And so conversely, you look at material comfort and sense gratification as something which is actually distressful, because it's covering my Krishna consciousness. It's bringing me or taking me further away from Krishna. So we should anchor in some negative thoughts towards sense gratification and too much material comfort, that it's not good for our spiritual life, it's not helpful. And in many ways it can be harmful if I'm not careful. So reframing words, reframing activities from what we thought was negative to positive and what we thought was positive to negative, as in this case we're doing, is very valuable for us. Because when there's positive connotations towards something that formerly we had negative connotations, but it's something we need to do, it's very powerful. And if there's positive connotations for something we should be giving up, that's not good. And we should have negative connotations towards that thing. So just a little reframing of austerity, how valuable it is. And look at it in a positive way. See if you can actually relish the concept of doing austerity.